Today, my name is Marta Bruschi, and I'm a part of a Medici project. And together with my colleague Alessia, who is on the back end, we will make sure that everything goes according to the plan. And I have a guest speaker who is Ioana Crihana from Romania. Hello.
Hello.
And I'll give a floor to Ioana a little bit in 5 minutes. And before, I wanted just to give you a bit of an introduction. So, when we hear about libraries, and when I looked at literary resources, most of the time those in the literature, they are referring to the libraries as a non-exclusionary institution. What does it mean? Institution which is made available to everyone, where the membership is free to all who live, work, and study in the local area. So libraries in the last years are also being championed as a mean of tackling social exclusion, basically providing access to IT services, services to disadvantaged communities. And in fact, somebody even called it as acting as a street corner universities. So as we are all aware, ICT, so informational communication technologies, apart from the fact that they brought some positive changes, they also created also a new form of exclusion, or sometimes they were reinforcing the existing patterns of exclusion from the society. So they sort of created additional division through people and communities who are or information rich or information poor. But ICT, so internet access, has largely changed the landscape of public library services. And at the beginning, we might have assumed that just the physical access to the computer through the public library was enough. But it wasn't enough, because still we have seen that most of disadvantaged in society may not make use of them. So how do we make the ICT work for us, for the societies, and how do we turn it into advantages? So there are many questions that arise or that arose over years now, whether the computer in public library has had the anticipated impact of getting socially excluded people use ICT. So in today's webinar, together with Ioana, the director of National Library Association, we'll talk about libraries, but most important, the presence of ICT in those and how they change the communities. That will be based on the case study, which is BiblioNet program, one of the most important program of IT competencies in Romania. That was also a part of Global Libraries Initiative. So welcome, Ioana. Thanks for joining us again.
Thank you for your invitation. I'm glad to be here today.
Me too, very much. And firstly, I would like you shortly to introduce yourself and then the organization, and then afterwards, if you could give us a short background, why this initiative, what triggered the needs of such initiative, particularly in Romania, and as we talked also beforehand, that has to do a little bit with the historical background. So maybe it would be worth that our listeners would have a bit of a overview of that. So the floor is yours, and I will stop sharing my screen so you can share your screen and your presentation. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, we can see your presentation. Perfect.
We can start, I think.
Yes.
Thank you once again for your invitation. First of all, I'm honored to participate to this webinar On behalf of AMBPR Romania, the National Association of Public Librarians and Libraries in Romania that I represent, I am the executive director. I'm leading the operational department of AMBPR since 2009. And in the following minutes, I'll try to share with you some ideas and best practices from the experience of Romanian public libraries in introducing technology in public libraries in the context of the most important program, Biblionet Word in My Library program at the Romanian level. A short presentation of AMBPR. This association is known at European level, especially at the entity which, together with IREX Foundation, implemented in Romania the Biblionet program. And AMBPR is a professional association, a non-governmental organization with more than 3,030 active members, individual and institutionals, distributed in 41 counties all over Romania. The association members are professional librarians with different specializations in the field of librarianship. A little bit about our association mission. We aim to ensure democratic access to information, and one of the most important scope of our structure, including operational department, is initiating digital literacy programs for the public at large. Through our main activities, AMBPR try to facilitate learning ICT skills and extending technology benefits at large scale. Now, a few words about what Biblionet means. First of all, Biblionet is considered the largest program that introduced technology in Romanian public libraries. Through this program, more than 2,300 public libraries received modern ICT equipment for assure public access to internet. And this national program represents the most representative private investment in training in new technologies for more than 3,000 public libraries during the entire program. Now I will insist a little bit on the Biblionet Consortium, because this important project was implemented only thanks to a series of major partners. It's about International Research and Exchanges Board, IREX Washington, our association, the main partner from Romania, AMBPR, the Ministry of Communications and Information Society in Romania, Ministry of Culture and the National Heritage in Romania. See that two important ministries from Romania were involved in this program. And we had together us also an NGO from Timișoara, Education for an Open Society, EOS, and Microsoft Romania, and of course, a large family of public libraries, more than 2,600 public libraries enrolled in this program. As part of the International Global Libraries Initiative, this program facilitated citizens access to modern technology, being an important pillar in strengthening the information society in Romania. Why Biblionet and why Biblionet in Romania? I need to recognize that we were very lucky because the competition was high, and AMBPR and Romania were selected based on a country study. And Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation decided to implement this program based on very, very strict criteria. At the moment of starting this national program in 2009, 80% of the Romanian population, distributed especially in rural areas, did not have access to the internet. Because of this, most of the benefits of internet access, such as e-government services, finding a job, health information, and so on, were not accessible to many of Romanian citizens. On the other hand, Romanian public libraries needed at those moments major modernization because the Romanian communities had a very low level of digital skills, and the context of the modern activities claims new and modern abilities on behalf of library services users.
So when initiative started, and which year the Biblionet started?
Initially, was a pilot program was launched in 2008, and after that, the Biblionet program was implemented between 2009 and 2014.
Okay.
In its effort to introduce new technologies and explain the benefits of the internet, AMBPR joined its partners and organized a series of professional trainings for librarians, for librarian trainers in the first stage, and after that, these librarian trainers become able to train on their turn other library users. It's a cascade model.
Yeah. So basically, first was the training of the trainers, and then the trainers, as you said, the cascade model were training basically the end users, so that you have the bigger ratio of replicating it on a bigger scale.
We are speaking about Biblionet. We are speaking about the most important private investment in public libraries in Romania, meaning about 27 million American dollars.
Wow.
A huge amount.
Huge amount, yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And this amount allowed us to equip with technology more than 2,300 public libraries who have received a sort of micro labs, technology labs, with a series of devices, webcam, scanner, cameras, laptops, and so on. During the BiblioNet program, 41 training centers were created in each county library in Romania, and also about 100 librarian trainers were trained in different stages, but also in different competencies on various level of deeping.
So were the training centers, those functional training centers, they were a part of the libraries in all different regions?
No. These training centers, these training centers were incorporated in county libraries in Romania.
Okay.
And these public libraries agreed to assure minimum 2 librarian trainers per library in order to assure the sustainability, including after the BiblioNet program exit
has finished.
Okay,
I understand. So what is the philosophy behind BiblioNet? If you could in short tell us the approach.
A BiblioNet program proposed a very, very interesting model of collaboration between different types of entities, including public institutions, city halls especially, and NGOs active in the community development field, authorities in a large sense, and public libraries. Using this mix of partners, the program was very, very well targeted. AMBPR in its turn had and continue to have a very strong network of public libraries, more than 2,300 public libraries. And using this public libraries infrastructure, BiblioNet program was present on the field. And the BiblioNet program operated by a large series of coordinators, local coordinators. In a first stage, these coordinators were guided by IREX Foundation representatives. And after that, this coordination of local coordinators was become the responsibility of AMBPR as a main continuator of this BiblioNet initiative.
Interesting. And what sort of support did you get from ministries? What was their role in that partnership? If you can.
These ministries assured a very important support because the BiblioNet program had in this way a guarantee of implementation, because these central authorities being within our program consortium influenced the smooth implementation of the program, because otherwise these institutions could not stop, but
yeah, there was a great support
stop,
also
block in a way some initiatives.
Yeah.
But being part of the consortium, this
yeah. So how about communities? So have you, after when you started to see that the communities are actually changing, that this initiative is actually having an effect? When was this switch moment when you've seen that, yeah, exactly, we are making a change, especially in the rural communities in Romania? When was it more visible, and how did you measure it?
First signal that this changing was produced was when our library users told us that they come to BiblioNet centers. The BiblioNet centers being the public access internet point in public library. But BiblioNet is in the same time the name of the program. It was very, very touched for us to hearing that the name of the program become a common name.
Yeah, so became a part of a language.
Yes, the name of a place very, very accessed by our library users.
Yeah.
And when we are speaking about changing, we need to recognize that this is a very long process. It's a process on long term. In terms of skills, the change produced a little bit speeder, but the mentality changes lasted more than we expected. Generally speaking, the level of satisfaction regarding the benefits of this BiblioNet program implementation in public libraries was very high during the program, meaning 95% of the total number of users in Romania. This huge percent represents satisfied users.
Okay. And what was the most common profile of the library users, if you can identify such a profile of users? Was it range of, I don't know, for example, in terms of age, or
yes,
employment, or gender, maybe?
At the end of 2013, compared to other EU countries, 45% of library users in Romania were male and 45% were female. This fact coincided in general with the EU average. Regarding the age of these library users, In Romania, the users aged 15 to 24 was almost 42%, while in the EU the average was 24%, and users aged 9 years represented 29% compared to 26% in EU. Then and now, among the users of the library services, there are also people with disabilities who often come to library from their own initiative, but unfortunately, they are not very open to use ICT because their disabilities involve some limitations.
Yeah, so exactly, just coming back to this, so what would you say were the most common barriers to access ICT if you look at from the perspective of Biblionet implementation of the program? What was the common barriers to access ICT for those library even users, not necessarily non-users?
Most the main barriers in accessing ICT in Romania refer to first of all lack of digital skills that of public at large. Then high costs for training courses, specialized training courses, meaning programming, IT administration, technical support, web design, and so on. Another reason was that there are some gaps regarding the level of digital inclusion between rural and urban. Another barrier identified by us was a poor knowledge of the benefits of technology for large categories of population, or existence of weak or outdated ICT equipment infrastructures.
So there was very poor infrastructure,
especially in rural field.
I wanted just to touch a little bit on the topic of sustainability, because you also remember when we talked before the webinar about the program, you mentioned that the Biblionet program gave you a good base for the next initiative. So could you, because I've seen also in the Q&A question how someone was asking about them securing funding after the Biblionet program finished. So could you give us a bit of a overview how the initiatives continued after the Biblionet program, and what is your role of your association there? And
yes. After the exit of the Biblionet program from Romania, AMBPR was concerned with the development of modern services customized to the current needs of users. With the infusion of capital into library regarding ICT devices, technology, labs, and so on, public libraries become the most popular leisure space for children and teenagers especially. And the free access to internet represented the main reason for attracting new library users in library spaces. AMBPR decided to diversify their financing sources. We were trained to acquire competencies in terms of raising funds. And since 2009, AMBPR, through its own operational department, continue to develop and implement a large series of projects with external financing. And in this way, through our own efforts, using our own human resources, our association succeeded to attract in the last 5 or 6 years spent from the Biblionet exit from Romania, the same amount which AMBPR raised from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation for capacity building, because simultaneously with the main initiative, Biblionet program, the national program, AMBPR was granted by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation in order to build its capacity building. In other words, AMBPR was prepared very well by IREX Foundation to be able to raise funds on its own efforts. And now AMBPR has a large series of projects implemented or ongoing.
Okay. I wanted to ask you another thing, because I see that in the Q&A somebody was asking about funding. It was Anna. Anna, would you like to? Did it answer your question fully, or would you like to add something to and to ask something you, Anna, directly?
Yes. Yes. Hello. I think. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you well.
Great, thank you. First of all,
hello.
Congratulations. Hello, that's really interesting what you're doing there. And it's very fascinating that you managed to connect all these libraries around Romania. And given the fact that Romania and Greece are really at the bottom, I think that's very, very important in terms of digital inclusion. It's also very fascinating that what you said about sustainability, and I think in a sense what I understood is that basically you received a lot of training on how to actually search for further funding. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's I think that's extremely important for continuation. And I would just like to ask you and your colleagues to join our digital community. I think it's very important to exchange information with each other, and it's also very important to think about the socially excluded groups. You mentioned already that we have to think about disability, people with disabilities or with other type of social exclusions, and make all these facilities available to them as well. Thank you, really. That was all I wanted to comment on. Thank you, Marta.
Thank you, Anna. I wanted to, there was another question coming up there. What did the perception actually of the libraries or the public libraries change in general public since the Biblionet was implemented? How do you see that in Romania? Like the perception of public libraries, was it change for people? How do they see right now the libraries as a what is the place, as a place of a gathering, of hubs, of something that you can get in informal learning, training? How did it change very much?
After the Biblionet program implementation, the public library in Romania is considered to have a strategic role in knowledge facilitating and also in educating users, stimulating them to get involved in the community life, and in several projects and programs coordinated by AMBPR and also by libraries itself.
Okay.
The public library is perceived both as the main access point to published information, regardless of support of this information, and also as a hub for technology learning, in the context in which libraries in Romania are equipped with very updated equipment in terms of ICT. On the other hand, in Romania, libraries are perceived by the authorities, unfortunately, as cost centers rather than profit centers. We are very unhappy with this perception from the authorities' part. And AMBPR advocates for increasing the role of libraries in the community, and also for a better awareness of the library's added value for their users. But now the library is still one of the information structure that suffers from the lack of adequate funding resources. The increasing demands, both internal and external, administrative bureaucracy, undersized staff, and insufficient funding cause libraries to permanently force the limits of their institutional capacity.
I have another question from Andrew here. I see. Andrew, would you like to speak and ask your question directly to?
Hello. Yes.
Hello.
Is this? Am I the right Andrew, or do you have lots of Andrews?
No. I think that this is the right Andrew.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Then
Go for it.
Sure ask my questions. Very interesting models. Great to see that people have some new access through libraries to very important skill learning opportunities. And I wondered if there was a way that I know public libraries are the way you do it, but I'm guessing that very small communities don't always have a library. They might have a hall, they might have some space, but I'm just wondering if there's a way that the model can scale down, whether you have ways that you do that. Was that clear?
Was that clear? Okay.
I'm not sure that I understood.
Could you rephrase a little bit, Andrew?
Yes, please.
I'll try to do that. Sorry to not be clear. So your approach goes through the public libraries. Yeah? Is that right? Now, I'm imagining that some very small villages or communities might not have a library in Romania. Let's say a mountain village, it might not have a library. So I'm wondering if there's a model that scales. In some areas they use mobile libraries, for example, where they have a van or they have maybe a village hall or a small space where you could have a temporary setup.
Thank you for rephrasing your question. I understood in.
Thank you.
In Romania, there are many sorts of public libraries, including county libraries, city libraries, municipal libraries, communal libraries, and village libraries. Depending on their measure, size in terms of number of employees and space allocated to the library services, each library can have between one and many employees. And in the case of this small village library, we are speaking about one person, a librarian. And in many cases, this librarian covers also other administrative responsibilities for the village authorities.
Okay.
Village
So
council, village
Yes.
council.
So
Yes. And in this case, AMBPR and its partners tried to bring the expertise from the city or municipal or county library to village libraries, but in a regional way. We targeted this kind of small village libraries in different kind of projects and programs. And we tried to equip these librarians with training skills in order to train themselves other library user locally.
okay.
In a BiblioNet program, we accepted many types of libraries, including village libraries, but under several conditions. Fortunately, in Romania, the librarianship law is very complex, and she guarantee that any public library can't be closed if the main authority that coordinates this unit is not closed. And in this way, we can be sure that even if there are some village libraries very poor with very low level of employees, we don't risk to have this kind of libraries closed. And we are trying permanently to observe this public library staff in our programs. And methodologically, these small libraries are coordinated by the municipal or city public library from their area. And they are the responsibility to keep updated these small librarians in terms of skills, and especially e-skills.
Thanks. So you set standards for those remote areas to follow, like everybody has to follow some standards and principles and so on.
Yeah. And also, as Jana mentioned, there is as she said, there is a law that also somehow protects
Yes.
those librarians in the rural areas, so that they are not disappearing and from one day to another. Yeah. So that is something that is worth also mentioning. Yeah. I was. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I wanted to ask you another, just probably the last question about the replication of such a practice. Have you seen that such a program as Biblionet has been already implemented in such a large scale in other parts of the world globally, or not? Are you familiar with this, that it's been somewhere implemented in the same way?
The Global Libraries Initiative was implemented in many countries. Romania was recruited for this kind of program simultaneously with Poland and Ukraine.
Okay.
It was not a competition.
Okay. Did you connect with them? Did you sort of did you have some sort of reflection
Yes.
and lessons learned done after the programs?
Yes, and AMBPR, after the exit of Biblionet program from Romania, become a kind of mentor for the similar Biblionet program in Republic of Moldova.
Okay.
And we shared some best practices to Republic of Moldova.
Okay.
And we tried to share our best practice as a result of Biblionet program in different conferences, competitions, because Biblionet was recognized as the best multi-stakeholder partnerships by the All Digital in a competition on this topic. And also in 2016, I think, Biblionet program was recognized by the European Commission as a best practice in inclusion. Yeah.
Okay.
And on the other hand, as a result of our involvement in Biblionet program, part of AMBPR members was recruited to be innovators in a Greek program. It's about Aineli Balkans initiative, implemented in Greece. I think between 2014 2016. I'm not very sure. Aineli Balkans program.
Yeah.
And on this occasion, AMBPR shared its best practices from Biblionet program to the entire network of Aineli Balkans.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. I've got just the last questions, just looking, because I've seen that Andrew posted another question, but actually there's something very relevant. So how did you cope with COVID-19? I mean, I know that is a question that everyone asks, but how did you cope with the COVID-19 crisis? How the libraries cope with it?
Unfortunately, in Romania, the incidence of COVID-19 is increasing right now. We reached almost 2,000 dead persons from the entire period from February to present. 2,000 person died. And now the government of Romania prepares a sort of alert statute for the entire country, because otherwise the authorities are not able to stop the incidence of this pandemic, unfortunately. And we are very unhappy with this, because all our programs, projects are pending, especially those who include mobilities.
Yeah.
And our partnerships suffered.
Yeah. So at the moment, basically the public libraries are closed, right?
For a short period, because my librarian colleagues found out some alternative methods to be active. Part of them were involved in creating, introducing equipments, protection equipment for hospitals, and
so basically diversing their activities.
Because we have some maker spaces hosted in public libraries, and we offered our help to.
Yeah. So you can switch very easily to offer different activities to the communities in the time of crisis.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much for the presentations, for the questions. I wanted just to add that, as I said, if you have any questions, if you want some more information, you can always go to our digitalinclusion.eu, and then on the forum you can find Joanna soon, and share some reflections, questions, or ask for some more information. For now, that was our last webinar before the holiday break. We'll be back in September, and I really encourage you to check our knowledge community and look closer at BiblioNet. We've got in our catalog BiblioNet there, and eventually contact Joanna and keep on staying in touch with us, and see how can you benefit from our community. And that's it for today. Thank you again, and hopefully you enjoyed it, and see you soon in September.
Thank you too.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Marta. Thank you, Anna.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.